Hello there from a very cold but very sunny London. I'm wearing a blue top to match the beautifully blue skies outside, hoping I will actually leave the building today, one of the challenges with working from home. Hello, my name is Anna Lundberg. I'm a success coach and business strategist, and I help people create more freedom, flexibility and fulfillment in different areas of their lives. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm so excited about this and why I think it's so important, and why now is really the time to go out there and start your own business. And I'm not talking about quitting your job and throwing it in and becoming an Elon Musk, although that would be an amazing thing, would it not, to be able to send a car into space. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just taking some small steps to explore those passions and ideas and that little inkling that you have in the back of your head, the sort of desire to do something more than what you're doing right now. So we're not talking about becoming a full-on entrepreneur, unless that is definitely what you want to do. I just want to talk about why I think it's easier than ever before, first of all, and secondly, more desirable than ever before to start your own business. And before I do that, I just want to tell you a little bit more about me and my story, just to illustrate these points that I'm going to be talking about. So if you're not so familiar with where I come from, I am by no means entrepreneurial by nature. I certainly never thought I'd be an entrepreneur or start my own business. A lot of the things I'm doing today, I didn't even know existed or were possible a few years ago. I started blogging just to do sort of a travel blog a few years ago, and since then I'm now managing a number of different websites, doing all sorts of plugins and exciting things. Well, not so exciting to do the tech of a website, but podcasts, Facebook Live, all these things either didn't even exist or I certainly wasn't aware of them. So my background is very much that traditional career path. Going to school, doing well at school, going to a good university, getting a great job. And then one day waking up and thinking, hang on a second, is this really what I want to be doing for the rest of my life? And mine has been a bit of a sort of a zigging and zagging journey of exploring and trying, going off in one direction, coming back and going off into another. And I guess that is the reality of exploring what it is we really want to do. There's all sorts of strategy and planning and work and so on we can do, but at the end of the day, it's about trying, going out there and just seeing what you enjoy, seeing what opportunities you can create and so on. So I have explored all sorts of constellations of working for myself and working for other people, as a consultant, working with big companies, as a mentor and advisor for startups and entrepreneurs, as a coach, doing all sorts of things like speaking and writing and freelance work and so on. So I have now a wide range of experiences, and I'm sure it will evolve in the future, but for now at least I'm really happy and really enjoying a really exciting, lots of really words there, really exciting balance really of those different things and the things that I love, things that are bringing in money and things that ultimately I feel are really making an impact hopefully in the world. So all that to say that if I can do this, so can you. So it's not that I am some magical amazing risk taker who is a natural fit for entrepreneurialism. As it turns out, actually, I am quite a natural fit. I'm curious, I'm self-motivated, I love learning, all these things I think, and enjoying and connecting with other people and so on are absolutely skills and strengths that I'm using now. But just to say that it's not that I'd always harbored this dream, and I'm not like Richard Branson and started selling papers, whatever it was he did as a teenager. So that's certainly not what I was doing. So as promised, I want to talk a little bit about why this is the best time to start your own business, why 2018, if you've ever considered this, is definitely the time that you want to go ahead. And the most obvious reason, perhaps obvious, is the ability, the ease with which you can now start a business. And that's all thanks to the wonder that is the internet. So of course, you now just need a laptop and a bit of Wi-Fi, maybe just an iPhone even, to be able to communicate. So I could do this Facebook Live with you all from a phone. I can be anywhere in the world. And both society and technology really has evolved to make this both more acceptable and more possible. So it's no longer the fact the need is not there to get massive rounds of funding and so so on. Of course, it does take investment to build and grow a business, but really, if you want to start out and explore and experiment and so on, there are really easy ways of doing that now, in terms of all the tools and platforms that are available. And it's not just the technology, but the fact that it's become so popular now and so many people are out there doing this, is that there's so many resources available now. It's no longer such an unusual thing to start a blog, or to do Facebook marketing and all these things. So there's so much free information out there, almost too much, so it can become a bit overwhelming at times. But certainly, if it's an area you're interested in, the lack of knowledge shouldn't be a barrier for you, because it's so easy now to go out there. You don't even have to invest in a course, although of course there are lots of programs and courses you can buy into, but certainly lots of free resources available. So free resources and information, connectivity, allowing you to work from anywhere and start this business, on the side of your full-time job and so on. Tools to manage your time, to email your customers, to reach out to people and so on, and those technologies. So those are some of the reasons why it's easier than ever before. And there are so many ways now in which we can engage and talk to people. And one of the most rewarding things for me has been to get responses and emails and views and conversations with people from all around the world who I would never have been even aware existed. And, we're having these fantastic conversations and sparking ideas and hopefully inspiring each other and so on. So that's really lovely to see when that happens. And all that's possible thanks to technology. So it doesn't have to be a local business where you're opening a shop front. But that's a bit on why it's so easy to start a business. But, why should you even bother? Why would it be something that you should even consider? If you are at a place in your career where, you, like me, are beginning to question if this is what you want to do the rest of your life, but you're not really sure what you want to do, this can be a great way to explore those avenues. So whether it's doing a bit of consulting work or freelancing, something a bit creative, writing a book, starting something completely different, something that's complementary or in fact completely separate to what you're doing at the moment. It doesn't have to be something that, again, you're going to build into a multi-million-dollar empire, although that can certainly be part of your long-term plan. But in the short term, it's really for you if, you, like many of us, so there's a lot of talk of millennials, but really most of us, I'd say now, are looking for something more than just PowerPoints and meetings, and having that purpose and a feeling of fulfillment, making a real impact in your job. That can be quite difficult when you're sitting there at your desk working away on that PowerPoint. And actually having this sort of side hustle, as they call it, or passion project, can be a great way to get closer to the end customer, to really be solving problems, wearing lots of hats, and really feeling like you're working towards something meaningful. Unfortunately, I love my work so much that I perhaps do too much. So that's a danger in itself. And of course, another aspect is personal productivity and making sure that you're taking care of yourself and so on. But certainly when you love your work, it is something that you will make time for. And adding this to perhaps a busy already to-do list doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be more tired and frustrated. In fact, I think it'll open up new avenues and, give you that purpose and fulfillment that you may be missing so far. Another thing is the freedom. Lots of people ask or wish they had more freedom and control, both over their time, but also the types of projects they work on and so on. And absolutely, as a freelancer, as a business owner, you can decide on the people, the companies that you work with. You decide on the projects. You say no, which can be difficult, but certainly something you can learn. You can define your rates and so on. You can define when you're going to work and when you're not going to work. So that kind of complete creative control and also logistical control over when and where and what you're doing is hugely empowering. And I think something that a lot of us miss in that environment. And I have to admit, don't tell anyone, but I find it very difficult now when people tell me what to do. So I've become even more independent than before, and I'm so self-motivated and driven anyway myself that I really can't be made to work harder by anyone telling me what to do. But certainly I love that freedom and flexibility that comes with it. And then finally, I mentioned this before, I love learning and growing. And again, whether this becomes a big successful business or not, it's such a great opportunity for you to upskill in different areas, to connect with people, again, all around the world, to open up new opportunities, to go to new events, just to give you a different perspective. So just the mere act of exploring these areas, thinking about solutions to problems and connecting with people, having those brainstorming sessions and conversations can be hugely fulfilling and empowering, and really help you to get out of that comfort zone and to learn new things. And who knows what that will lead to. So again, it's not about taking the leap to necessarily quit your job. It's not about hating your job and wanting to, go off and live on the beach in Thailand. Although, again, you're very welcome to do that as well, and that may well be a possibility. But it's more about adding that bit of control, creative control, flexibility, another income stream as well. This could be just another thing that you're adding in addition to your job. We think that our full-time jobs tend to be quite secure and stable, but unfortunately, as many of us may have experienced, that's not always the case. And there are organizational restructurings and redundancies and so on. So actually having another income stream, whether or not, it becomes a full-time business and an income stream, is certainly a way to diversify your income and actually give you more stability and security rather than less. So as I said, lots of opportunities. It's easier than ever before, and I think more important than ever before, to take control of your career, take control of your life really, and reimagine what success might look like for you. As I said, I in no way thought I was entrepreneurial. I didn't have this long time yearning to start my own business and so on, but I am certainly not looking back now, and it has been the most, and continues to be the most amazing experience for me going forwards now as well. So I hope that gives you a little bit of I don't want to say push, but a little bit of inspiration and encouragement to continue to pursue this avenue if you do have that little inkling or question. I have lots of resources if you come over to my Facebook group, my blog, my YouTube channel, and so on. But what I did want to mention now actually is a program that I'm launching, which is all about helping you take your one step outside the 9 to 5. So if all this that I've been talking about does sound interesting, this is a program that's actually starting next week, 16th of February. I opened it up to my exclusive community before, but now I'm pleased to say that I've opened up the doors for these last few days now as well to everybody for the final spot on the program. And it's really, I have to say again, I'm very excited. As I said, I love my work, so I love that I get to create this kind of content and work with these amazing people. But I've talked about this for a long time. I've been working one-on-one with clients, and I really looked forward to having this opportunity to have that group dynamic, to have a one-stop shop. So there'll be a membership site where everybody has access to all the videos and audio trainings and so on, and also to be creating the things that people are asking for along the way. But so really excited about finally launching this and getting the first people into the program already. So we're already having those first few calls to kick off the process. I'll be back over the coming days to tell you a bit more about that in case you haven't seen the things I've been posting recently. The doors close on Sunday this week. So if it is something that you're thinking, okay, this does sound potentially interesting, I'm not sure, there is a bit of a deadline. So I'd love for you to message me, ask me any questions, look through the materials, and if needed, we can absolutely jump on a call. I'd love to talk to you and see if it is a good fit, because I absolutely want to make sure that it would be a good fit for you. But so it's the One Step Outside the 9 to 5 program. It's talking you through, or taking you through, really the steps that you need. And again, I'm not going to promise that you're going to get to that multi-million-dollar business right away. And I hope that that is not your expectation, because if so, I'm afraid I can't deliver that right now. What I can promise is sort of a trifecta of looking at your mindset, getting the vision in place, understanding what's important, and all those such important aspects, sort of to get the fundamentals in place. Secondly, the strategy, so bringing all my business strategy and marketing and sales expertise to bear on developing that effective business model and plan to take you forwards, and narrow down your options if necessary, if you have a number of different ideas. And then finally, the most important part is taking action. So we'll be really making sure that you're already implementing those actions that we've identified and setting you up for success going forward. So it's mindset, strategy, and action. And with those three things, I really know that you're going to be able to take that one step outside the 9 to 5. So it's a group program. There'll be a small intimate group, so nothing to worry about, but lots of like-minded people to share your ideas and sort of progress with. As I said, it's a membership site, so there'll be plenty of content for you to work through, new content released every month. It's a 6-month program. I find that's long enough for you to really make significant progress, in particular if you're working alongside this project, or rather the other way around, if you're trying to develop this business alongside a full-time job, not to mention all the other priorities in your life. But it's also short enough to stay focused and to really make that progress. So if we start now in February, by the summer, you'll have a great plan in place. You'll already be taking action, and then you can really continue to build that. And by the end of the year, I think you'll have something really great to work on and to continue with. So as I said, I really think this is the best time to start. And on top of everything that I said, it's actually the best time to start now, because if you are afraid, if you think, oh, it's going to be difficult, I need to learn those things, absolutely, it will be hard. But the sooner you start, the slower and more patient you can be with the process. Building your brand, getting the exposure you need and these things, they take time. Upskilling in the different areas where you perhaps aren't as experienced. This is going to take time, and building that network and so on. So starting today is actually the best way to counter that fear that you're not going to be good enough, because then you have more time, rather than, having pressure to, okay, now I have to start this business this week and get lots of money coming in. In my case, for example, building my brand has taken years now to write articles, to go on podcast interviews, YouTube, and so on. And, it took a year or two at the beginning to get that traction, to get people actually visiting my website, to get those interview requests, to get the speaking engagements, get my articles published and so on. And, that has been an incredible learning process again, but it is a lot about the persistence and staying with us and so on. So the sooner you start, the better, and the longer you can take in a way. So if you're worried about, the pressure of trying to make something successful right away, then for that very reason, I'd really encourage you to start sooner rather than later. So that's a little brief, hopefully inspirational, encouraging story to share the possibilities that exist now. Again, it's not about starting your massive empire. It's really about learning and growing, and who knows where it will lead. So taking that one step outside the 9 to 5. And I'll be back over the coming days to talk to you all a little bit more about the details of the program, answer any questions, and address some of the common fears and blocks perhaps. But as I said, doors are open this week, closing on Sunday. And so I'd really encourage you to reach out to me. If you've been following me for a while, if you've been, watching my videos, or just reading and considering and umming and ahhing and hesitating, sitting on that fence a little bit, definitely encourage you to sit down and really have a serious think about if this is what you want to do. And if so, now, as I said, is the best time to do so. So thanks so much for watching. Do give me your comments and questions and so on, either via private messenger or here on the video when you watch the recording. Can't wait to chat to you, and most of all can't wait to see what amazing projects and ideas and businesses you come up with over the coming months and 2018. And whether or not you join me in the program, I absolutely hope that you do take this moment to grasp the opportunity, leverage the possibilities that exist for us these days, and yes, who knows, maybe you will be sending up a luxury car into space in the coming years, or some similar kind of venture. So best of luck with that if so. Love to chat with you soon, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video with more details on the program. Bye for now.